Judgment, Judgment Day, all over Mondays, da, da, plaguing Mondays for months and months on end. I used to look forward to Mondays before the Judgment Day. Every Judgment Day, every Judgment Day, every Judgment Day segment makes me run for the hills. Judgment, judgment, ha, 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 on Mondays, ha, ha, I'm giving up the Monday reviews until next year. Judgment, Judgment Day, I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from, the Capital One Arena. Look, I'm just going to be honest here. I've had it. I can't fucking take it anymore. I will review Survivor Series. I will pick up the Raw reviews sometime early next year. I can't take it anymore. I just fucking can't. They finally did it. They finally fucking broke me. I know we're in the dog days of WWE building up not just to Survivor Series, but after that, we got to go to the Rumble. And sure, things might pick up, but 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of NXT, 2 hours of SmackDown. God damn it. It finally got to the point where I'm like, I need to just separate myself. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll watch a bit of it. But Jesus. Anyway, I forgot Crown Jewel happened like 9 days ago. Also, according to WrestleTix, about 10,500 to 11,000 people. Look, pretty goddamn big crowd. I think they had 13,000 something the last time, according to WrestleTix. Great account to follow, by the way. They do a lot of great work. Here's Capital Cody in a suit to a big old pop. Whoa. What do you want to talk about? Well, he introduces his Survivor Series team. Here's Jay, Sammy, and Rollins. Whoa, 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 whoa. So it's going to be 4-on-4, except it's going to be 5-on-5 based on how the end of this show went. Here's Judgment Day. More snide comments and everything. And look, I get the point, and maybe this appeals to people, but it just is getting to where these segments just all blend together. I'm not even knocking the individual talents. I'm not even knocking Dominic at this point. I will once the bell rings because he can't work to save his goddamn life. And David Flair looks like a world beater next to him. This is David Flair in his early time in WCW, by the way. But so who's the leader? Apparently Priest says I'm the leader. Nah, leader. I love the leader. Almost 20 minutes of this. And they're going to make a match. Rollins is feeling froggy. He wants a match. Him and Sammy took on JD and Dominic, a.k.a. JD McDonough and Dominic. And 22 minutes into the show, we go 6 minutes to the break. Hey, Judgment Day shows up and causes a DQ. That was about 11 minutes. We got to see a little bit of action, so it was what it was. And then agents and such, and everyone is banned from the arena. Fine, we can all leave. Oh, we can't. No, he just means Pierce, by the way, just in case you're wondering who the he is, says, that's it. Let's just ban everybody. Everybody involved in War Games except for those involved in the main event tag. If they had telegraphed any more what was going to happen, we would have just been going beep, 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 stop, beep, 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 stop. 35 minutes into this show, and we just kept dealing with all the Judgment Day people. And look, I get it. They really want to hype War Games. And sure, they didn't have a lot on tap for this show. But Jesus. And then Rhea is in the ring. Still, after we get back from break, and I love seeing Rhea. Obviously, why wouldn't you want to look at Rhea and watch her work against somebody good, i.e. not Nia Jax? But she's like yelling like you can't. It's like Judgment Day. We have to conduct business and stuff like that. It's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I guess somebody remember Gone with the Wind exists. I may retro review that at some point. Enduring Gone with the Wind would be better than enduring 3 hours of Raw. Miss Scarlet, I don't know nothing about any bad booking. So Zoe shows up. Who remembers when the first White House was built when it burned down? That's just an old chestnut, and I'm going to move on from that. More talking. Yay me. That's just what I want on a 3-hour wrestling show. Look, to be fair, Zoe cut the best promo that she's cut on the main roster. Granted, that's a list of maybe 2, and everything else has been a dumpster fire, but nevertheless. Rhea says, I gonna handle it all. I'm Rhea Bloody Ripley. And then Zoe tries to do something where it looks like she was going to jump on Rhea on the outside and then bumbled and jumped back down. Now, thankfully, she didn't jump because, one, Rhea was far away, and I know Zoe's athletic, but that wouldn't have worked. But, boy, that whole video clip became a bit of a meme, as the kids say. Nakamura says more stuff. He's frustrated, but he's waiting. I'm also waiting for Nakamura to probably just go away for another 6 months and maybe come back and they can give him a push for about 2 weeks, and then he just gets beaten again. Nakamura does not mean anything. Rollins and Sammy are talking since they're banned from the building, but Rollins is talking to Cody. Cody's like, I need you on my team. I need you to need me. I want you to want me. And Cheap Trick demanded royalties right there. Nakamura took on Otis. No. Alpha Academy, Metaphor, Chase U, Pretty Deadly, and a few others in WWE make me question my love of professional wrestling. It's not even anything to do with the individual talents, except Maxine does not belong in a wrestling program, and I'm sick of Tozawa, and Otis is a goof and will never be taken seriously and can never be taken seriously. So, it was at this point I realized that the producer needed his litter box changed and needed actually cleaned out, and I decided to go do that, and apparently Nakamura won. And if you think that I gave two flying fucks about this because they're going to involve Alpha Academy, you are crazy. People can find them entertaining all they want. I don't. And I hope that Gable never wins the Intercontinental Championship. He doesn't deserve to. His kids deserve to cry and watch him fail all the time. If they're going to treat him like a goddamn goof, then I'm not going to take him seriously. So, we then get an inside look at War Games. Generals gathered in their masses, he can't see without his glasses. And now you will think of the My Girl line whenever you hear War Pigs. So, Drew and Rollins confront each other. Drew offers his hand and said, you know, you were right and all this. And I said, immediately, Drew is turning. And it's been a long time coming, like about 3 months. Piper and Chelsea Green make their entrance. That was a 606. And then Tegan with Natty, who, boy, she looked great. Took on Piper with Chelsea. We were about 11 minutes after the first or last match ended. We get this. No one cared. No one cared in the crowd. It's not a lack of effort with the women. I'm not even knocking, except Nia. I'll knock Nia all I want, and hopefully she falls in a running stump grinder or wood chipper. But I won't knock the hardworking women there. Even the ones that I don't care about. We have been given zero reason outside of like the choice, little bit of fandoms that these women have to really care. No, the vast majority of fans do not have a reason to care about these women. Chelsea distracts, and then Tegan does a couple things. Natty ends up getting knocked down by Piper, and then we get a knee for 2, and then we get a crucifix pin for 3. It was 5 minutes. It was certainly a match that happened. Again, I'm not even knocking the effort of the women, but good Lord. Jackie remembered who The Miz was. I'm impressed. And then here's Ivar looking intimidating, and then he talked, and then it all evaporated. Get him a manager. Valhalla doesn't count because we want a Valhalla that doesn't smell like feet. We want a manager that actually wears something over her feet. It was funny that Ivar actually called Miz a clown. Ivar called Miz a clown while dressed like a goddamn Viking. Here comes Bronson interrupted, and this is pitiful. This is what he came back for. I know he came back for a large sum of money. They have done jack shit with him outside of that Gunther match. So, Ciampa and Gargano make their entrance 622. Ciampa took on Kaiser, because this will help the ratings is what I wrote down. Vinci got tossed. I think the match started around 6:27 or so. We go to the break after a couple minutes. Later, Vinci showed back up, which after the referee had that, thought to push him out, should have DQ'd automatically for him showing back up, but whatever. Roll up, 1, 2, 3. Kaiser wins. Now we're at 6:38. I'm saying these times, by the way, because I'm on the West Coast, just so you know. More Judgment Day. That's just what this show needed. Judgment Day was involved in about 8 million segments on this show. And JD is one of us, Google Gobble, one of us. Zaya got no reaction. I love Zaya. She looks great. God, does she look great. and we have been given no reason to care about her. Xia versus Indy with Candice, who apparently is fine after getting KO'd, and Candice acted loopy. How can we tell the difference? 6:46, it ends after 3 minutes because Indy got KO'd. Okay. Becky then comes out and calls out Xia and says, how about we do it on my time? Let's have a match next week. Okay. Becky can get something out of Xia, and Xia isn't bad in the ring. Xia's never going to get beyond a certain level, but working with Becky will help. So, Miz is getting ready. Here's Gunther, and Gunther says, good luck tonight, but you're going to lose at Survivor Series. Shayna sort of praises Zoe, and then Raquel interrupts after Nia interrupts. That would explain why the Crushinator sound suddenly came in. Except the Crushinator had personality, unlike Nia. I will shame, Nia regardless. I don't care. And I know there are people that like Nia, and that's fine. Some of you are even allowed out of your house without adult supervision, despite the fact you shouldn't be. But yeah, good Lord, we're Raquel versus Nia. It is like they are bound and determined to drive me off from this show for longer. Miz versus Thibar. So, it's about 13 minutes after the last match ended, we get this. Here comes Bronson shows up before the break. And this was a match. I'll say that much. I mean, at least they're giving Ivar something to do. I don't care because the Viking Raider stuff is stupid. They were better as War Machine. Not saying the War Machine had a high ceiling. It had a higher ceiling than the Viking Raiders. So, here comes Bronson distracts when Thibar is about to do his moonsault, and Miz rolls up using the ropes 1, 2, 3, because Miz is getting cheered, and therefore the Wizard should be automatically pulled from Washington, D.C., and if they don't play in Washington, D.C., then just pull whatever franchise is playing in Washington, D.C., because that's what needs to happen. So anyway, Gunther praises Vinci and not Kaiser, even though Kaiser won the match, because he's trying to add tension between his goons. And then Jinder and Indus Sher show up. They are still a thing. I don't know why. Don't have Kaiser join them because we really do not need more bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, hey, here's the Alphas. The Creeds are going to be toast if they are involved in more segments like this. And here's New Day. Why was Kofi eating Reese's with a fork? Why didn't Ivy throw Maxine back to whatever job she had before wrestling? Because she should, I'm sorry, I don't care how hard she works. None of us will live long enough for Maxine to be any good. So anyway, this was shit. This is where I determined, I said, no, you know what, I can't take any more segments like this. I can't review any more segments like this. And also, Nia versus Raquel, Becky versus Xia, War Games advantage match. Hey, at least it's not like NXT where they had them go up the ladder to get a contract. So bonus? But it's the 4-on-4 for the advantage. And then Cody makes his entrance at about 7:26, 7:27. That's when it starts. And then Jey Uso shows up, and y'all can say main event Jey Uso all you want. Look, Jey and Jim Uso will have a match people will be into at Mania. The Usos ain't young people. They've had injuries, and they ain't going to be people that you can invest in long term. I don't mean to be ageist, but people are going to write off women around the age of 35 or 40, or at least start to. Well, then let's just do that. Look up the Usos' age. They've been around a while. They've been around WWE for a while. Judgment Day members, Priest and Balor took on Cody and Jay. Fastlane rematch of the Fastlane rematch. Later, Drew showed up and hit a Claymore on Jay, and then Jay got pinned. And then a handshake with Rhea. Triple H deserves to have the worst holiday season, by the way, for bringing Nia back. Just want to say that. Anyway, that is all I have to say. So yeah, Raw reviews. Taking place maybe January 1st. Maybe after the Rumble. I don't know. I don't care if it costs me views at this point. I'll post other content. I'll retro review stuff. Just god damn it. Both companies, WWE, AEW, got to do something better with their weekly presentations. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Whitland, and as far as Monday reviews, I'll see you next year.